Alright, hello there. This is Alan recording a comprehensive Ikoria draft video. Haven't uploaded any Ikoria YouTube content, so I think this will be my first video for the Ikoria, which, I'm familiar with the set already. I've been watching a lot of good streamers, some great draft videos from some nice content creators like Boros and Ben Stark. Yeah, so I'm quite familiar with the set. I've done a good number of sealed already, done a number of draft simulations, watched enough of it that I'm quite familiar. And we will be doing 3, since if I'm lucky, the 3 wins. And if we get there, 3,000 gems would be nice, so I can fire off a premier draft as well. Let's see. If I go premier, what happens? You can only get 2,200, but the distribution isn't as bad. But since it's at rank, most people are looking to try hard, I guess, so to speak. And I think you're going to face a lot more difficult opponents. So I think traditional offers us slightly less difficult opponents and a higher payoff if we get to 3 wins. And then if I get to 3k gems, I can fire off a premiere on my YouTube and then maybe do another best out of 3. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin and draft some Ikoria, Lair of Behemoths. And what did I get as my reward? Biolante, okay. I guess that's forgot the Sultai Mutate guy, the Nethroid, Apex of Death. Alright, so we're gonna be at a time limit since this is a human draft. But human drafts are a lot more exciting since it's interesting to see what colors people take, and the bots don't, sometimes they run a formula kind of pigeonholing you into a 2-color combination most of the time. But let's without further ado, let's begin our first Ikoria draft, and we are limited to, I guess, a minute to explain. So pack 1, pick 1. Ikoria, okay, that's a powerful first pick. Happy to see Yadaro. Red-white cycling is the best archetype in this set, and this enhances it greatly. It's a nice early creature that you can cycle, and once you cycle this 4 times, I think, you can just put into the battlefield. So a great first pick, powerful card. 7 mana, 8/8 trample, and haste is no joke. Other great cards in this pack include Dorat, the Sprite Dragon, back for more. Commons that stand out are Essence Scatter and the Rumbling Rock Slide. I would probably take Essence Scatter over Rumbling Rock Slide. Between the uncommons, I would probably take Dorat, since red is really good in this set. Back for more is also very good. But I think we'll stick with 1 color now, take the Yadaro. If this wasn't in this pack, it would be pretty difficult to decide between the uncommons, and I would probably take the uncommons over the commons. Even though they are gold and they lack flexibility, the reward is definitely up there. So yeah, we'll take the Yadaro here. And between red-blue spells and black-green reanimate, I think red-blue spells is a better archetype, but Yadaro is the first pick, and nice start to a red deck. Now what do we have in this pack? There is a Mystic Subdual, which is a fine pacifism trick at instant speed. Opponent still gets a chump blocker, so it's not all that exciting. I guess there's a Prickly Marmoset if we can stick with red. Again, red-white cycling is kind of where you want to be in this set. And this is a powerful card. 3 mana isn't a lot, and just being able to cycle once, making this to a 4-power first striker is great. Already a 3 mana 2/3 first striker is excellent, so I think Prickly Marmoset is the pick here. But there's also some decent blue cards of 1 mana. Again, Mystic Subdual. I'll probably take this Mystic Subdual over of 1 mana since interaction is important. More important than draw card value sometimes. Just Jubilant Skybinder, but for the white-blue Flyers deck, but white-blue isn't super supported. Also, an overperformer has been the Honey Mammoth. 6 mana 6/6 is a large body, and then gaining 4 life is good, but we'll stick on color here. Prickly Marmoset, since most of the power level doesn't seem to stare. Okay, well, got rewarded. Valiant Rescuer. Yeah, red-white cycling it is. This is by far the best card in this pack. Second best card is between like Go for Blood or Divine Arrow. Go for Blood can act as a removal spell and also a way to cycle for 1 mana, so it's quite versatile. Even though red doesn't have too many big creatures, sometimes you can fight off something small, or you have something like Yadaro on the battlefield. Go for Blood is good, but yeah, let's try to force a red-white cycling deck with this Valiant Rescuer being passed up, so this should be pretty fun. Any red-white cycling, another Prickly Marmoset looks good. There's the black-red Sonorous Hellbonder, which, you know, is supposed to signal that red-black is the menace archetype in the set. However, red-black is more of a sacrifice, has more of a sacrifice theme, and is much more powerful with the weaponize the monsters instead of the Sonorous Hellbonder. So yeah, red-black is a sacrifice archetype. So usually if you're trying to draft a menace deck around black-red, it doesn't pan out too nicely. Primal Empathy is the best card in this pack, but yeah, with Valiant Rescuer, Prickly Marmoset, and now another one, I think we're just going to force ourselves into red-white cycling. I mean, we can still be open to red-blue or red-black, but I think red-white is the choice. And now between Snare Tactician and the Dranif Stinger, we do have a good number of 3-drops already. Might just take the Dranif Stinger. Nice way to ping the opponent. And you can also cycle it for 1 mana. Yeah, with double Prickly Marmoset already at 3, I don't know if I want to value 3-drops too highly. Both of these cards are essential in the cycling deck. Snare Tactician, that's what they call it, is slightly better than Dranif Stinger. But Dranif Stinger is just important to have at 2. So I think I'll take it here. It's also 1 mana cycler in the late game, so yep, Dranif Stinger it is. Ooh, there's a Windscarred Crag for splashing, not splashing, mana fixing. There's also Farfinder, which can be pretty decent. Helps us find our land drops. Maybe if we end up magically splashing something in a cycling deck we want it. Cycling is not looking to mutate. This is a good mutate target though. I think I'll take the dual land. Should be pretty decent in the red-white cycling deck. Firefinder is good though. Pretty tricky. Yeah, we'll take the Windscarred Crag. I don't think we're splashing in red-white cycling. Is there a chance we move out of red-white cycling? There's a chance. In this case, maybe Firefinder is better. Yeah, I'll take the Firefinder. The tap line is fine, but maybe we don't end up in that color combination. There's a late Thieving Otter, Pyroceratops, but I think if I do end up in red-blue spells, I prefer the Thieving Otter first over the Pyroceratops. Could also take Evolving Wilds if I just want to stick with cycling. No 1 mana cyclers here. I think I'll take a Thieving Otter in case we end up in blue-red spells. Could be wrong. A Gust of Wind, okay. There's a 2 mana cycler, but I still think we take the Gust of Wind here. Just as a solid interaction spell at blue. And I guess we could be like a red-blue spells deck with a cycling sub-theme. But overall, yeah. Spontaneous Flights, maybe. There's a Barrier Breach as a 2 mana cycler, which isn't exciting. Is there a chance we play Spontaneous Flight? It can be okay. Hopefully not end up playing it, so I'll put it in the sideboard for now. I could just take the Coordinated Charge as a cycler. Don't hate it, and if we can cast this, sometimes you can blow out the opponent and win the game, so we'll take a Coordinated Charge as a 2 mana cycler. Take a 2 mana cycler, since none of these blue cards I'm looking to play even in the blue-red spells deck. Nothing matters here. Probably don't think I'm playing Frenzy Raptor with double Prickly Marmoset, so even a Facet Reader in case we end up in blue-red spells. And another one. Okay, yeah, it could be blue-red spells, splashing blue-red spells with a cycling theme, but we'll see. And looking at this pack is quite abysmal. The best card in this pack is the Heartless Act. Ooh, I guess there's a Snare Tactician, never mind. Yeah, we are in the red-white cycling deck. It's the best archetype, so I think the Snare Tactician is the pick here. And hopefully we can pick up more 1 mana cyclers. Heartless Act, I would still maybe take the Snare Tactician over the Heartless Act in the pack 1 pick 1, simply because Heartless Act can't deal with creatures with counters. It is pretty powerful and efficient, so it is kind of close. So yeah, maybe Heartless Act over Snare Tactician. But in this case, we are moving to red-white cycling, so we'll take the Snare Tactician as a powerful payoff. Ominous Seas is really good, but there's another Snare Tactician. And again, we still could be like the blue-red spells deck with the cycling theme, but I think cycling does better in just red-white in general. So I don't think I care too much about the Ominous Seas. It does take a while, but it is a good card. But it does take a while to get going. Some good blue cards, but we still have another Snare Tactician here. So I'll probably take it here and just force red-white cycling since it's easier to draft. It's the best archetype. Now I don't mind a Spell Eater Wolverine. If we find enough 1-mana cyclers, this can become a double striker. There's also another Gust of Wind, Heartless Act. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be in Black-White Humans anytime soon. We'll just take the Spell Eater Wolverine and try to snatch up as many cycling as we can. Don't hate Raking Claws, nice way to cycle. Best card in this pack is by far Necropanther, but we're not mutating. So we'll take a Raking Claws here. Where's all the 1-mana cyclers? I guess someone else is taking them. There's another cycling deck here. That's the only reason, I guess, why we're not getting a bunch of 1-mana cycling. Oh, I forgot there was a 1-mana cycler in that pack where I picked up Farfinder. It was between a dual land Farfinder, but I forgot if there was a 1-mana cycler. If there was, I probably made a huge mistake taking this. Ruinous Ultimatum. That's a card. I mean, do we go for the splash? We do have a Farfinder already. I mean, seeing this late is a speculation, so I don't hate it. We even have the Crystal to splash for black if we need it. So we pick up enough black lands, Mardu lands. This can be pretty nice. But hopefully, I don't know if we end up playing this anyways. I would probably take a 1-mana cycler over this. But Ruinous Ultimatum is definitely powerful if we can pull it off. There's a Fight as one. Another Coordinate Charge is easy prey. Fight as one isn't bad, just giving your humans indestructible and non-humans indestructible can be a fine combat trick. Could take another Farfinder to splash for the Ruinous Ultimatum. Maybe I don't even care. Yeah, maybe just take a Coordinated Charge since we are the cycling deck. Ooh, another Snare Tactician. So cycling is definitely open. It's just the 1-mana cyclers aren't around. We should have a powerful cycling deck. We just need a bunch of 1-mana cyclers at this point. No 1-mana cyclers. Yeah, this is disappointing. Maybe just take an uncommon. I hopefully don't end up playing it. So maybe next pack we can focus on the 1-mana cyclers as priority here, since we already have all pretty much the payoffs that we need. Maybe we are lacking like a Zenith Flare, I guess, but okay, I guess I'll take a Crystal over Shred Sails. Shred Sails can be fine. In case they are playing artifacts or a flyer, you can kill it if we don't need to cycle it. So it's also on color. So yeah, take a Raking Claws. This might just be a 15-land deck since we have all these 2-mana cyclers. Usually in cycling, you do want a couple of 1-mana cyclers, and you want to be at least 13 or 14 lands. If you're greedy enough and you have a lot of 1-mana cyclers, you want to but primarily be with 12 lands at the very least. But yeah, no cycling, no 1-mana cyclers, so kind of disappointed with that. Hopefully next pack we can just gobble them up. I think the only card I would probably take over 1-mana cycler next pack is probably Zenith Flare. But other than that, do need to prioritize them most likely. So okay, what do we have here? Ooh, this card's pretty broken. There's a Reptilian Reflection, but I think we have enough 3-drops that I think we just need to go grab the Go for Blood here. We just need these 1-mana cyclers. They're really important for the deck. There's also Pacifism, which is great, but I think with enough Snare Tacticians, we should be fine. Just the 1-mana Cyclers are very important in this deck, and we didn't pick up any. Other than that, if it wasn't for Go for Blood, I would probably take Pacifism over to Reptilian Reflection. Reptilian Reflection is very good, but we have enough 3-drops already that we don't care too much about creatures. We just need Cyclers. Pack 1, pick 1, it would probably be the Batra here, but Go for Blood is just very important. And what this deck is kind of needing. Ooh, there's an Marmoset. Ooh, there's also a Skycat. Don't think I need a 3rd, 4th Marmoset. I guess there's a Hampering Snare that can help me cycle. Sovereign's pretty good if we splash for it. Yeah. I think I'll risk taking this Skycat here. It's not like I need another 2-mana Cycler. So, we'll see if we can end with splashing the Skycat. Fire Prophecy looks excellent. Still no 1-mana Cyclers. I think Fire Prophecy sees the picker. Rumbling Rockslide would be the second choice, but it's not that great in the cycling decks since, I mean, this is good since you can bottom a land in the later games and it's instant speed, so we'll take a Rumbling Rockslide can be fine, I guess, since it can deal a little bit more damage. And you can kill something bigger. I don't hate myself a Rooting Moloch. Actually, I'll take the Drannith Healer. Rooting Moloch is fine. It can bring back like a Cycler that we got rid of. But I think, again, we just need the 1-mana cycling. I mean, this is pretty nice if you can bring back, for example, like a Valiant Rescuer that ends up dying later on. Huh. Guess if Yadaro dies, we can still bring it back. I mean, we're mostly going to cycle this on 2 anyway, so I think we take the Drannith Healer. There's also Imposing Vantifor and Zenith Flare. Okay, this is just about Zenith Flare. This card is almost a mythic uncommon that you can easily first pick in any draft. If this wasn't in his pack, I'd probably go for another Snare Tactician or Divine Arrow, or even the Easy Prey, but you shouldn't be passing this card up late, since this card is pretty much a bomb almost. Flourishing Fox being late too, okay. So no one's in cycling, I definitely got rewarded. Also late Mythos of Aluna, you can also cycle this for 1. So I think this deck is going to be very strong. Here, what do we have? I think we'll take the Crystal just to have a little bit more cycling. Don't think I need Evolving Wilds to fix, since we're going to play a low land count. Ooh, even Reptilian Reflection. Gotta take it here. Maybe replace 3-drop. Can't really pass this up. Maybe cut the Spell Eater Wolverine instead. And another Reptilian. Yeah, I don't think we need double Reptilian Reflection. I mean, it's pretty strong. And what would we cut? Maybe Spell Eater Wolverine? Yeah, let's take it. I don't know what's going on here. I should have a decent amount of cycling, maybe. Skycat's not making the cut. I just need 1 more 2-mana Cycler, and I should be fine going maybe like... I mean, I guess I could go 15 land cycling. It's not that bad if you think about it. I mean, I guess I'm not playing the Ruinous Ultimatum, so I do need to have at least like 1 more 2-mana Cycler, and maybe go 15 lands, and Hampering Snare looks good, so we'll take it. Another Snare Tactician, okay. No one values the cycling archetype in this draft table. I think it's a huge mistake. We can even splash for the Skycat, but it's only 1 blue. Wow, I think I'll take the Hampering Snare this time. And maybe we can get away with 14 lands with now all this cycling. Could even just cut the Farfinder, like who gives a crap about this? Maybe cut the Farfinder, put in the Reptilian Reflection. Ooh, actually the Snare Tactician, never mind. That was a Reptilian Reflection. Okay. So yeah, looking at this deck, it's definitely not 17 lands. We would just cut all the islands and just call it a day. In terms of 2-mana cyclers, we have Yudaro, Coordinated Charge, Kethria Crystal, Indata Crystal, Shredded Sails, Double Raking Claws, a Go for Blood for 1, Double Hampering Snares. So we have a bunch of 2-mana cyclers. We have, I guess, Strand of Stinger and Drown Fury counts as a 1-mana cycler as well. So, I think 14 lands is fine since we don't really have a curve. Once we get to 3, we should be pretty fine here. How is it likely that our Spell Eater Wolverine gets Double Strike? We do have Fire Prophecy, Double Hampering Snare, Raking Claws, Shred Sails, Double Coordinating Charge, Go for Blood. Yeah, there's a high chance that the Spell Eater Wolverine ends up with Double Strike. So yeah, this deck looks pretty powerful, looks pretty busted. The power of red-white cycling, and I think we'll just go even split 7-7 here, even though we are slightly favoring red. We do have a couple of white cards we do want to end up playing early, and we are kind of running low on lands. So usually how the cycling archetype again ends up is that you end up in either 13 or 14 lands, and you can draft a bunch of 2-mana, 1-mana cyclers, and then a bunch of payoffs, and you can just win the game with Zenith flaring the opponent into the face. Okay, looking at the sideboard, is there any considerations? We're not splashing for anything, so no need for the Runus, no need for Skycat. Firefighter can't even find the Swift Water Cliffs, so I think it's important. So I don't think we need them. None of these white cards really stand out. So yeah, let's just start our first Ikoria draft with a broken red-white cycling deck that no one gives a crap about. Especially seeing a late Zenith Flare, that's quite crazy. So, yep. The only way I can see myself losing this is if I don't get my second land drop, I guess. And then I'm unable to cycle away my 2-mana cyclers. Or if the opponent kills all my stuff or outraces me, but... Alright, first opponent, Fishnet. We'll be on the play since we are red-white is an aggressive archetype. I mean, I could play land drop, cycle away the Dranav Healer. We are on the play. Do I risk it here? Cycle this away, eventually get to second land, play Dranav Stinger, cycle away Hampering Snare. Yeah, let's risk it. Might not be correct, but I'll definitely try it here. Might be a little bit too greedy, I guess, but we do get an extra draw with the Dranav Healer, so as long as we get our second land, I'm happy since I can cycle away the Hampering Snare at least. But land 3 is where we want to be with all these cards, so. Ooh, mulligan down to 5. Ooh. So, yeah. I can still lose to this, since if I get stuck on lands, that can be problematic. And we'll cycle this away. Ooh, no lands. Okay, land is good. I think I'll play the Dranav Stinger, even though I do want to hit my land drops. This is an important card to play in the cycling deck, since you do want to start pinging the opponent for a good amount of damage. Double black into Boot Nipper, giving lifelink. Okay. Alright, we'll see what the opponent does here. I don't need to cycle main phase here. I could just take the 2. Let's see what the opponent tries here. And then, I mean, I guess Snare Tactician can block the 2-1 pretty nicely, so I think I'm fine taking 2 here. And we can always swing back. Perimeter Sergeant. Okay, we'll cycle away the Yudaro. Hopefully we get a land, please. Land is good, okay. And we can play the land and Snare Tactician. And then I can hold off the 2-1. I'm fine trading off the 2-2 into the 3-2 at this point, so... yeah, let's go for this. Don't think I care about this. Doesn't seem like a good card. Could set up something here. Yeah, I don't have enough to cycle. Could just play out the Prickly Marmoset. If we take out, if we get land next turn, I guess we could play out Reptilian Reflection and cycle and get in for a huge attack. Probably has something at instant speed here. Okay, I can cycle for 2. I think I'll just move the tax here and see what the opponent does. Guess the opponent's fine taking 2. Right. I'll just play a Reflection now. And I can get in for a huge chunk of damage. Still passes. I could cycle here, tap it, and get in for a huge chunk. I think I'll try it. You could have something to remove my creatures, but this is a lot of damage, so I think I'll cycle here. Country Crystal can still help me ramp, so there's no need for Hampering Snare. So, and this is a lot of damage. Shred Sails to cycle as well. We'll get in there. Yeah, we'll cycle away the crystal just to add the extra point of damage, and I do want to eventually hit my land drops. Don't know why the opponent's attacking. Could have a extinction event. Okay. Do I move the tax here? Ooh, I guess it's lethal since the Snare Tactician can tap it down. I mean, yeah, double Snare Tactician. This should be lethal. Yeah. So opponent's in the Black-White Humans archetype. I don't think I need to change up on anything. Should be a pretty easy win, unless the opponent has a ton of removal. I don't think he could win here. He also mulliganed down to 5, so... And yeah, nothing to change. We'll just keep it as it is. Alright, opponent's on the play. And this is great since I can hit my... I have 3 lands in my hand, so I can cast both of these 3 drops and have 2 2-mana cyclers. So I think this is a keep. Don't know if I need to cycle away automatically, probably not. Maybe lead with like a Snare Tactician first, or Reptilian Reflection since it hits a little bit harder. But right now I think we'll just pass. Don't think we need to cycle. Perimeter Sergeant, that's something, okay. And a Zenith Flare. Let's see. Don't think I want to trade the Snare Tactician, but it's pretty nice if I can cycle with it. So between Reptilian Reflection and the Snare Tactician, this is close. Probably the Reptilian here. I do want a 1-mana Cycler though. I can still ambush the Perimeter Sergeant next turn if he tries something. Day Squad Marshal, okay. So this is going to get enhanced. Flourishing Fox. Flourishing Fox is really good. I think I'll play the first Flourishing Fox here. Yeah, we'll play it. And then we should keep up mana for cycling. I could just take it here. And then I should be able to start tapping his stuff down next turn. Or, let's say he moved to attack. I can cycle a Crystal, bring the Reflection, block. Nah, we'll play the Snare Tactician. I'm fine taking the damage here. The 2/3 still blocks the 1/1 pretty decently, so I don't think I need to care. Ooh, Lockdown. That's a card. 9. Yeah, we'll take it. It's not the end of the world. Don't think this is lethal. Then we have a bunch of 2-mana Cyclers next turn. And then hopefully the Zenith Flare can pave the way. Could play the Dranav Stinger. Do I need to cycle twice? More likely than not, no. So I think I'll play the Dranav Stinger. Just as an extra blocker in case something happens. No attacks. And what do I tap down if he attacks? Most likely the... I don't think I care about that. Move the combat. I think I'll cycle the Kethria Crystal here. And I'll tap the Perimeter Sergeant because it can enhance all of his creatures. And the Reptilian Reflection can stay back on defense. I'm fine trading off the 5/4 for the 4/4 if he tries anything here, so... Yep, move the blocks. We'll just block here. I think we're fine blocking like this. You could have a Pump Trick. If he has the +2/+1, what happens? Then that's going to be an issue, so I think we try it like this. Yeah, the +2 would be pretty bad. In that case, do I want to offer to trade the Flourishing Fox? Probably not. Unlikely aid. Okay. That's not good for us. Even fight us one. Shh. Darn. Alright, that's a huge blowout. Zenith Flare for 2. That's not looking good. So, I could Raking Claws on defense. I could play the Dranav Healer and use it to chump. Yeah, we'll do that. And I can use it to gain life as well. Yeah, he has. He got me here. Okay. Oh, alright, so the opponent has a bunch of combat tricks. Gotta keep that in mind, so... That was a total blowout when he used the fight as 1 and the unlikely aid. But this time we're going to be on the play. didn't expect him to have all those combat tricks, to be honest. Gaining the indestructible is just really bad for me. So the Raking Claws wouldn't have done anything. Maybe I shouldn't have double blocked. I should have just blocked with one each. And I would still have an extra blocker. Alright, doesn't seem bad. Once we get our third land, we should be fine. I think keep this. Could even cycle the Shred Sails on turn 2. We're afraid we don't get our land drops, but we have a land drop, so should be fine here. And we can lead with a Marmoset. Boot Nipper. Lifelink, okay. Don't think I care. I think I'll attack into it. Now we can play another one. This implies something, so no blocks. Yeah, has a dead weight. I can always use it to chump. We'll play a Snare Tactician here. If he attacks, it's going to imply something again next turn. Do I care? Not really. Because he could have to fight as one. So that's pretty annoying. But if he does, I can just play another Snare Tactician. Might as well make him use it now. Light of Hope. It still trades, okay. I think that's fine. Opponent is also stuck on lands, so that's good for us. Next turn I can tap 2 things down and also pump my team and get in for a huge chunk of damage. Don't think I care about a Magistrate. It's not going to do anything. Reptilian Reflection, geez. Right, let's just play it here. Yeah, the red-white cycling deck is just busted. Yeah, it's not very fun. Holy smokes, I'm just getting in for everything here. Yeah, I don't think the opponent's winning this. There we go. Being stuck on lands is bad. Some of the creatures I don't really agree with, but that second game he definitely got me. Alright, so we're up 1-0. And I guess the reward's still 1 pack, so we just need to get our second win to get 4 packs and 1,000 gems, but this deck is definitely very strong. Ooh, I'm facing him again? What is going on? I think they need to fix the matchmaking system. I should not be facing the same opponent twice. Don't know if I can keep this. It is a one-lander, I'm on the draw. I guess if we get our second land, we're in good shape. We'll risk it again. This is a cycling deck, come on. Alright, don't let me down. Give me my second land. Can't believe I'm facing against the same opponent. Land is good. I think I'll leave with a Valiant Rescuer. Yeah, I don't think I'm cycling it. Just making those 1/1s is just too important. Perimeter Sergeant, okay. Do I attack? Probably not. I think I'm fine playing out the Snare Tactician. I could offer to trade. Sure. Do I offer to trade? Maybe I do. Yeah, I have another Snare Tactician following up, so I don't really care. I think if I'm snap trading, if he wants to use a combat trick, that's also fine. Yep, he can go ahead and use his fight as one. Probably is an unlikely aid. I guess Death Touch? Yeah, that makes sense. I could cycle at instant speed. I think I'll do that. I think I'm going to cycle at instant speed if he decides to attack. Bring back the Tilling Reflection, attempt to block the Perimeter Sergeant and kill it. Yep. What's going on here? Come on, Auto Tapper. You can do better than that. You could have an unlikely aid, but I think I still go for it here. I guess if he has one, I can still use the Fire Prophecy. So I think we'll block like this, and if he uses a trick, I'll just Fire Prophecy in response. Ooh, yeah, we'll just Fire Prophecy here. Get rid of your stupid combat trick. Do we need the these are all pretty good, so probably not going to bottom. You can use Dart Tactics, I guess, to get rid of this. Probably thinking about here. Okay, now we just play our Snare Tactician. I can just trade off for it. Don't know. I think I'm fine taking 2, since if I get land, I can play Snare Tactician, tap both creatures down and get in for a huge chunk. And that's good, so I think we'll move to attacks. He's the one that needs to outrace me at this point, I think. Lockdown, that's not going to do much. I'm fine cycling during my turn so I can get in for a huge chunk. Shred Sails, it only deals damage to artifacts. Yeah, we'll cycle a Hampering Snare. Yeah, cycling is not fun, so never underestimate it. But then again, I shouldn't be playing against the same opponent twice, so... Now I can keep up cycling on his turn if he plays anything and tap his stuff down. If he decides to be even more aggressive. Day Squad Marshal. I could just Xenoflare that. Actually, that's 4, so... Yeah, we'll cycle here. Sorry, opponent. The matchmaking system should be fixed. Wow, he even just concedes. Yeah, they need to fix the matchmaking system. Sorry, opponent, if you're watching this video and I'm recording this. Yeah, no shit, right? Let's, why is it one game remaining? What's going on? That's odd. I mean, he just conceded. I should have 2 more tries, right? Okay, hopefully we get to our game 3. Hopefully I don't play against fishnets again. Come on, matchmaking system. Okay, we actually have a different opponent. We'll be on the play. Not bad. 2 drops, 3 drop. I think we're good. And then we can lead with a Valiant Rescuer and eventually just start outvaluing the opponent. So opponent's going to be playing in, like, I guess, a blue-green mutate deck. Yeah, we'll just cast it here. This card's just too good. And do I lead with a Snare Tactician or the Prickly Marmoset? I think I'm fine with the Marmoset. It really depends. I don't think I trade my 3-1 into it. Snare Tactician is better if he has a bigger creature that I want to essentially tap down next turn. But once I resolve all 3 of these, then I'll be able to go off and essentially do a bunch of shenanigans by cycling. Tapped land, okay. An Almighty Brushwag, okay. Could attack with the Prickly Marmoset. Parcel Beast, okay. That's a good one. Zenith Flare, I can Zenith Flare that eventually. Let's move to attacks. I think I'm fine attacking the Marmoset. And if he blocks, I'll cycle. I'll happily cycle. Alright. Eventually, I can grow a giant Zenith Flare by cycling a bunch of stuff. And this is why 1-mana cyclers are important. As you can tell, I can cycle these 1-mana spells on his turn to do more work, but sometimes you're just stuck with the 2-mana cyclers. You just have to deal with it. So we'll just cycle here. Yeah, we'll just cycle for now. What do I want to tap? I think it makes sense to tap the Brushwag, since I do want to offer the trade with the... No, he's definitely not going to block with the... I can even cast a Coordinated Charge eventually too, so that's pretty nice. Does he have anything here? If he does block and try something here, then I can essentially just use Hampering Snare and kill him. But I can even go all in next turn and just do a Coordinated Charge. Blue Tree, okay. Heron, okay. I can just tap it down here. Oh, we'll see. Do I cycle? Yeah, I think I'll cycle now. And we'll happily tap down the Dreamtail Heron, and then we can attack with all next turn and use the coordinated charge and hit in for a huge chunk of damage. Even the Fox is good. I can even cycle twice if I want to. But I think I'll just lead with the coordinated charge. This is just too much damage to say no to. Yeah, we'll just use this. This is why coordinated charge is so useful. You can either cycle it or pump your whole team. It's so good. He can use his ability, I don't care. Spinnerets, come on. Spinnerets, seriously? I guess I can Zenith Flare him for the victory. So if I cycle the Flourishing Fox and shoot him in the face, I can essentially win. And finally attacks with the Flyer. Hopefully he taps out. And he does, so I can just cycle the Flourishing Fox and just Zenith Flare him in the face for the win. Yep, we'll just do that. And this is why, guys, you don't pass a Zenith Flare in limited. Make sure I click correctly. So yeah, the power of red-white cycling, so busted. So the opponent's in like a blue-green mutate deck with Lutri, so that's interesting. So gotta be careful of Lutri doing the splash shenanigans. He doesn't have a lot of good spells to go along with Lutri, so don't have to worry about that a whole ton, but just gotta be careful I don't attack into it. He also has the Spinnerets as a combat trick, so gotta keep that in mind. Yep. I guess we can just cycle a bunch of stuff. I think I'll keep my 1-mana cyclers. I have a bunch of 3-drops in the deck, so I think we'll keep. And we'll cycle a bunch of 2-mana stuff. Eventually we can just set up a board of creatures and start doing some cycle shenanigans. Shred Sails is pretty good since he's looking to play flyers, so I might not cycle this away. Dealing 4 damage to a flyer is very important. But I'll happily play out planes and say go. Maybe cycle the Hampering Snare end of turn. Hopefully I get a good 3-drop. If he mutates onto this with a flyer, I'd be pretty happy. Parcel Beast, okay. So this is essentially his Risen Reef. And he uses it as a 0/5 to play defense and to essentially just use as a card draw engine. Don't think I need the healer. Don't think I have any 1-drops. I'll just pass here. Cycle Ray to coordinate charge, end of turn. Yeah, this is kind of bad if he just keeps drawing cards off this Aegis Turtle. So hopefully I get a good 3-drop next turn. I'm going to keep my 1-mana cyclers because they're a lot more important. The Shred Sails can also deal with a flyer. So it's very important to not cycle this away. And a Trumping Gnar, okay. Okay. These are cards, for sure. Snare Tactician. Alright. Could keep up Shred Sails, I don't know. In case he tries to mutate a flyer onto this. But I guess I can do it on his turn or something. Do I block the Brush Wag? Probably not. I think I'll take 3. He doesn't pump. Okay, so I guess he has a big creature to play. That's what I'm presuming. All right. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard to beat this. I think I need to keep my cyclers for now. Might have to use a Go for Blood on this almighty Brush Wag, which I will. So let's just do that. You can just get back to destroy. Is this instant speed? Yeah, it is. So maybe the Shred Sails is useless in this matchup. Probably just need to cycle it away. The Parcel Beast is what's winning him this. I could just kill it, but he's just gonna get back, so it's not gonna do anything. So we'll just take 6, take 7. My only hopes is to deal a good chunk of damage and Xenoflare him in the face at this point. Doesn't really matter why I tap with Fertilid. Marmoset. I guess I can use a Marmoset on defense against the Trumpeting Gnar. Do I cycle here? Probably not. Yeah, Parcel Beast is so broken if you're able to keep it alive. It's essentially a free card every turn with 1 mana. Do I cycle now? I think I do. I don't really want to take the damage forever. Even though I could ambush with a Prickly Marmoset, I'm pretty sure he knows about it already. Greater Sandworm, okay, that's a big boy. Yeah, I don't know if I can deal any damage anytime soon. It's just too much stuff here. I think we'll say go, and next turn we can just cycle twice, I guess. Guess maybe Dragon's Stinger can ping him to death. Glimmerbell, I mean, I guess he can mutate onto that. And guess I can kill whatever he mutates onto that flies. Ooh, a Xenoflare for 7. That's not bad. Do I play out the Dranav Stinger? Can I shoot him for 20 in the face? That's another question. I need to ask myself. Probably not. Yeah, I'll play this Dranav Stinger, I think. And we might Zenith Flare, we'll see. Since otherwise I don't know how we're going to win this. Guess I can hopefully the opponent decks himself, I guess. He's a good number of blockers. I do need to do enough damage and shoot him in the face with this Zenith Flare. So if I ping him enough, I guess, I can essentially just win by, yeah, just with the Dranav Stinger and the Zenith Flare. Well, I gotta use it now, I guess. So I don't know how I'm going to win now. It's going to be a little bit difficult, especially the ram through that he tried to use this time. Just cycle. He attacks. Okay, that's interesting. Because he has something at instant speed to interact with this Marmoset. Capture Sphere. Guess I double block, or I just block the Fertilid, but he's just going to activate it. I don't care if he does. Go ahead, use it if you want. Sun and Spinnerets. Okay, he just has all the combat tricks. Yeah, at this point I don't think I can win. Just a Parcel Beast mutating just basically lost me the game. And him playing first makes a huge difference since he's able to get on board quicker. And not having creatures at all or 3-drops, that was a little bit underwhelming for me. But hopefully I can get this game. The opponent just has to not mutate, I guess, with the Parcel Beasts. And essentially, I need to have some creatures out on turn 3. So let's try this. Gotta be careful the Spinnerets that he has. Just a 1/3 pump trick can lead to a huge blowout. Play first. And Valiant Rescuer on 2, Dranav Stinger. I think we're good. Yeah, this looks like a very good hand. I think I'll lead with a Valiant Rescuer since it can generate and attack and hit harder. I guess the Dranav Stinger can block the 1/1, but I still think the Valiant Rescuer hits harder. I don't know. He's most likely not going to attack if I play the Valiant Rescuer, so I think I'll play the Dranav Stinger here. And if he mutates onto this, that's also annoying. But eventually I can just drop this down and just cycle a million times. You could have the Spinnerets here. I'll tack into it. I'm not scared of the Spinnerets. I just wanted to use it right now if you can, so now the Marmoset looks good. Now next turn we can play Valiant Rescuer and we have a Dranav Healer to cycle for 1 mana, so that's also really strong. Opponent's also missing his land drops, so that's also important to keep in mind. Could offer to trade, but nah, I do want to ping him. Yeah, maybe I should have offered to trade the. Yeah, we'll just do it now. We'll just cycle. Just want to do the extra damage, make a 1/1. And eventually we can just outrace him by just cycling a million times. He's going to gain 2 life per turn by mutating with this Essence Symbiote, so I should offer to trade with Made a Dranav Healer. Ooh, that's scary. Alright. He's obviously not going to block, so I'll cycle here. Do I cycle again? No, I need to snare Tactician next turn. Since I can tap down a big body and then just go all in. He is missing on his land drops, so gotta keep that in mind. I will just cycle this now. And even the Fire Prophecy at instant speed. Yeah, I can Fire Prophecy. He could have the Spinnerets. But I think I'll move the attacks first and see what happens. And I'm fine attacking with all at this point. I don't think he cares. I don't care about him trading into the Valiant Rescuer. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is exactly 10. We'll see what combat tricks he could have. He could have the Spinnerets here to untap. Well, that's annoying. This Fire Prophecy to this. And we have a crystal. Does it make a difference? No, not really. Next turn it should be lethal once I cycle this Kethria crystal. He doesn't have this Essence Symbiote to gain life anymore. I can just use it end of turn, in fact. I might just use it end of turn since it generates me another 1/1 creature. Alright, nice. Yeah, the power of red-white cycling. Definitely a very powerful archetype. So keep that in mind, any of you watching this video. Red-white is pretty stupid in Ikoria. That's why Ikoria is not a very fun, balanced format. Even in Standard, it's worse. I think Standard's worse. In Limited, red-white is just not fun. Alright, so nice 3 wins, 3,000 gems, so we could maybe draft a Premier draft after this. But let's open the packs. Pretend this is our pack 1 pick 1. Pack 1 pick 1, Ikoria, what do we open? Mythos is not great. It's symmetrical since each player has to choose. So the opponent can just choose their best creature, keep it alive. You choose your best creature and keep it alive. Even if you play with the black-red, I mean, you have a slightly significant upside, but the opponent still has a creature to keep around. But I mean, I guess it's gonna be pretty decent against the opponent also using enchantment-based removal, since they're kind of forced into sacrificing, like for example, their pacifism or their capture sphere. But Mythos isn't great. I think between like Wingspan Mentor, pacifism, and capture sphere, I think pack 1 pick 1. I would lean towards a Wingspan Mentor. This is probably the best Mentor since flying provides evasion, and yeah, this can be incredibly powerful. Just as a powerful win condition. Other than that, I think I would take Pacifism over Capture Sphere because, again, red-white cycling is the best archetype, and I want to lean towards those 2 colors, so Pacifism would be my second choice. Pack 1 pick 1 would be the Wingspan Mentor. And here, yeah, Archipelago is really good. I mean, 6 mana, 7/7 mutate, and then once you mutate, you can tap something down, can be very powerful. Obviously, it is expensive, so if the opponent has like a removal spell, at cheap, then that's a huge blowout. But if you're able to mutate on this maybe 1 or 2 times, then you can just tap a bunch of stuff down from your opponent and attack in for 7, which is a large number. But Archipelago Gore will probably be my first pick in this pack, unless there's like a red-white deck going on. So what else do we have? I'll take a Dark Tactics. Solid removal spell. Black, white is okay in this set too. It's not amazing, nearly as amazing in red white, but it's still, I guess, like a B plus, maybe a B, yeah, B level archetype. I think B plus would be like red blue spells, and the A plus archetypes obviously red black cycling. So this is like at the level of like I don't know, black green reanimator. Since there's a lot of nice human synergy in this set. But overall, Dark Tactics is a great card, but you don't really want to play it outside of humans since you're going to take a lot of life damage. Pack 1, pick 1 here. Between Reptilian Reflection and Draft Stinger, probably the Reptilian Reflection. Just a powerful payoff for the red-white cycling deck. Just being able to summon a 5/4 Trampler at any time at instant speed on your opponent's turn or your turn is really nice, as you saw from the this draft video. If this wasn't in his pack, I'd probably go for Draft Stinger, since these 2 drops are very important in the cycling deck. A nice pinger, a nice 1-drop deck and cycle. But yeah, I'll probably go for the Reptilian Reflection here. Ooh, Garuda. I mean, I would take Garuda over Fire Prophecy. Garuda is very good if you're able to build around it. It can be quite powerful, and most of the even cost cards are very good. So if you end up like, in example, black-green or blue-green, the Humble Naturalist is a nice 2-drop that can help you ramp. And yeah, I wouldn't mind picking this over a Fire Prophecy, pack 1, pick 1. Just being able to put a 6/6 body and then place another body onto the battlefield is really good. And if you can draft around this with lots of powerful even cost creatures, then it's obviously busted. But it's something I would definitely companion. I don't know if I would play it outside of companion, but the Garuda is definitely decent to build around in this set. So probably just take the Garuda, maybe try to build around it, have this in my companion slot. But definitely leaning towards like green black or green blue with the Garuda, since there's lots of good 2-drops like the Humble Naturalist at 2, or the Skull Prophet in the black-green that allows you to ramp into the Garuda. So yeah, Garuda would probably be my pick here. And yeah, just take an Auspicious Sterix. This card is almost a mythic uncommon. It's slightly below power level compared to Xenoflare. I would definitely take Xenoflare over the Auspicious Sterix, but the fact that you can, once you mutate onto this multiple times, you can just peel cards from the top of your deck is pretty busted, especially if they're expensive cards and giant bombs. So yeah, hopefully I think I will do a premiere draft video after this. But in the meantime, yeah, that best out of 3 is probably my go-to if I want to grind for gems, since it's a lot more easier and quicker to get to 6 wins, so to speak. But overall, I'll upload more content soon, and have a great day, guys. Take care.